We take nothing on face value. Anything I say out my mouth, definitely I don't want you to do that. Trust me, because I would definitely want, because I love words. And I learned a lot of times the hard way, the science of research. Because I love words and how words empower people. So I never forget how, a great mind wrote this degree called The Problem XYZ, right? And what starts off with, before we enter the realms of the universe, he must solve all problems of the earth first. But then it goes on to say that he who has, no, it says a person who proclaims to have knowledge of that which they have not is a troublemaker among themselves and uses fiction to try to solve a realistic situation. I ran with that. Oh, that was fly. Write that down. I can use that. You know what I mean? I'm using it. Until someone did the magic. Excuse me, yeah, you go. What do you mean by that? Oh, no. What do you mean by me? I just hold it to you. You're not dancing like he is? I might as well said that. But research, right? Because those are his words. True words, but they fell. I mean, but research. You know, I had to learn along the way. You know, education. That's what we taught. We taught education. You know, don't open your mouth, man, unless you know what you say. Your enemy. Make no mistake, he's formidable. You know what I mean by formidable?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that means that your enemy's nothing to play with. He's nice. In so many words. It speaks to that. Man. But your enemy's formidable. He's
capable.
Extremely so. Thank you for the word, God. Thank you. He's extremely capable. I'm using slang terminology to define that. You know, but yes, he's extremely capable of being against you. Because I'm saying my enemy's formidable, right? Your opponent is formidable, right? No, well, yeah, he is. He's that's part of the ingredient. Yeah, but and what I mean by that is, he. Like the God said, like we, the 5% was one of the ones who, had started having these companies change their ingredients. You know what I mean? Because you know, in fact, you knew you was a 5%er because when you went inside the store, they see you read the ingredients. You see? What's that? Yeah, that's still do now. That's always been you. Well, I'm gonna put it in my mouth because I don't eat pork or its byproduct. I just don't eat. I'm not just eating ham. I'm not eating lecithin. I'm not eating gelatin. Right, all those other ingredients that you know. Yes, God.
Right, because when I was in Puerto Rico and I went for a little 3 days, we went to buy some candy at a factory and my niece picked it up and she said, "Look, God, what it say here? Lord." It said, on the candy.
That's one of the simple ones.
Yeah, she said.
Oh, that's back in the day, joint.
Lord. Yeah, she just said, Lord.
Short. That's shortening.
Oh, wow. Because I said, when we went out there, I said, you got to learn fast. So I was teaching her. You know what I'm saying? So when I bought the candy, she read it. She said, you can't eat this. It's law here. It turned back on. Okay.
All right. Yeah, because you taping you too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You saying
it turned back on.
Yeah, okay, finish what saying, God.
No, so you know what I'm saying? She did the knowledge before.
Yeah,
because I brought it.
She said, look, God.
She said, look, God, look what it say here. It says, Lord. Right, you can't eat this, so I just tossed it. You know what I'm saying? And when like where you stop at the places like where they do food in the street, you gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? Is that pork or that's beef?
Right. With one small maybe overlooked part of your story. Who told you that? Look, God.
My niece.
Right.
My niece. No,
right. Which shows the influence. See? Right. When you come back and look, God, look at this. Right? So they're influenced by the cultural habits of you. Right? Which is good. Right? But yeah, like I said, because see, before we was coming up, young lady, it was different. Like I noticed, every shortening Lord. Yeah, almost every product
Animal
that you
shorten.
consume. Yeah, that too. That you consume was used, and the reason why, because the enzymes that they use from an animal to emulsify food is cheaper from a pork than is beef. Beef is much more money. It's cheaper from the pig, so they use that. Then I'm telling you, I always got to go there. I'm sorry, I got to use this. I got to do this. Then I have to go in the bodegas, right? You know, I'm older than some of y'all, right? And the big pig feet in the jar with the water. Oh, I keep going, traumatizing. And then people coming in, they bring their children in there. Hey, Mr. Pedro, yeah, let me get that big one. Yeah. He put his hand in the thing, pulling it out. Yeah. I told my mom, don't you ever call, if you gonna do that, don't call me in that store. Don't call me in there with that. But then, I mean, you have right there in front of you, right there on the stand.
They got one right there on 116th Street.
Still doing that?
On Linux Avenue, right now.
They still do that.
Right now.
Yeah, I gotta take a
On
picture.
Linux Avenue, 116th Street.
I'm gonna take a picture of that one. I'm going down there.
He got
With
3
that-
jars.
With the pig feet
3.
looking pink.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, so, you know, but...
I'm working on a lesson now. Remember that pork sheet?
Oh, yeah.
See all these guys pass out?
Yeah.
So I got this. It's from an old Muhammad Speaks newspaper.
Good.
It has all the ingredients.
Yeah, they use these.
So I went and actually looked up all the ingredients. Like, you just mentioned like enzymes and emulsifiers and things like that.
Right.
Those are more complicated than like just actual.
Yeah, well, these are terms that are used because it shows you, in fact, Chip Ahoy cookies in the 90s, you know, it was soy lecithin, but we didn't know, we knew lecithin was pork, but we didn't know nothing about the soy, because we couldn't, again, still education, so we said, no, don't eat the cookies, because everybody, oh, listen, you know, eat the cookies, is this correct, you know what I mean? So I said, okay, so we wrote the company, so we waited, nobody bought the cookies and then the company wrote us and said no, and then they taught us, soy is this, lecithin is that. When you see soy lecithin, it means that this came from the plant, not the animal. Right, if it comes from the animal, 9 out of 10, 9 is coming from pork. It could come from beef,
right.
but it's largely coming from that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, okay, bet. So if we know, right, yeah.
The soil lecithins come from a plant.
Plant, yeah, the soil.
So when in doubt, do
it out until you find out. Right, until you find out. So
if Mecca did this.